because like Jace is conditionally melee, but he often wants to jump in. Now he's less enticed to do so, but Lee Sin and the Leona have to go in. So here's some more range for Dignitas. They lock in the Orianna from mid lane.
One of the 2 game wins.
Very quickly, 6 minutes into the game. Still 2 minutes until that next Grubs. Sometimes we've seen these last couple of games that, you know, the Dragon will be up when the Grubs spawn. Not able to take these next 2. They started up. So just going to be a 1 Grub take for Armeo. Deny the full 3 from Dignitas, but Dig were in the neighborhood, so it's not going to be free Grubs to Lyon.
Yeah, respectful play from both teams.
Look at Isles.
It's also the last time Dig ended the split with a positive win record.
Yeah.
Was the spring of that year with Dardock.
He's going to have to put a lot of work in if he wants to make that happen again here, as now he's bot lane! First blood! Welcome back to the LCS! All for Dignitas. Every single member of Dig has a slight lead over their Lion counterparts, and the Sonic Wave will land, plus a Shockwave! The combo from Palafox and Dardock just bursts.
Same page. Palafox cashes in, and they take the Drake.
Incredible trigger pull there from
sir.
Dardock and Palafox. The mid-jungle synergy already showing up. I mean, it's not the flashiest combo to land. It's just land a Q, press Q again. Your mid laner presses R, but still, the fact that they did it so decisively, that's a good sign for this Dignitas squad.
Former rookie of the split Dardock back at it again in his first game. Oh, look out, look out, look out.
Denethor talking about rookies alone in the top lane right now. He dodged the last Isles gank, but will not dodge this one. Dokla picks up the kill. Fun fact, was the host of the Summer Olympics in 1996. Now 30 years later, it will host the 2026 LCS Championships as Ignar goes for a top lane gank. Paying it back in kind from Isles' earlier roam. Dignitas backing up their top laner this time. Actually, it's Palafox that's in lane to get the kill, but either way, shutting down Dokla.
And again, I really like the focus there. He's stacking armor, so let's play around the one guy who does magic damage and then be very sure that we give Palafox the kill. Because if Palafox doesn't get fed, they're going to have actually no answer for the Swain.
2-0-0 on the way to fed territory here. 439 gold ahead of the lane counterpart as Denethor went to the bottom side and is picking up the wave down there into Saint.
Tell me when you're ready. Lee?
Ready. You can
just go now.
You can go mid if you get hit over, okay? You can just TP mid.
Waiting your E.
Yep.
Give it to Christian.
Back to live, we see Armeo getting caught in the jungle, and Dignitas do not relent. They go and invade Armeo with the Raptors right as the Herald's up. They're going to get a kill and an objective.
Play for Palafox. Dardock and Palafox have displayed amazing mid-jungle synergy so far. Look out, though. Berserker got that lethal tempo stacked up and is trading aggressively 1v2.
Yeah, a lot of damage here onto Ignar. FBI going to try his best to catch his wave, and will do so back off. Now we see Saint actually approaching at the Herald. It was Dardock alone on it. He will get the objective. He has to go back in to pick up the eye. Saint should not be able to keep him locked in place, so Dardock gets the objective and gets out.
A lot happening, though. Palafox TPing behind Dokla, trying to make a play happen here.
Denethor got big damage. In comes Isles. Hextech Ultimatum goes through Demonic Ascension from Dokla, but he's already down! Palafox on a rampage! The AP damage from Orianna is too much for the armor of Dokla. Denethor survives. Dignitas find 2 kills.
Mid
turret's in trouble, though. Saint's getting some damage down. Does not get the final auto off. Dardock goes in onto Berserker, trying to lock him down with the Dragon's Rage, but in comes Armeo. Wind becomes lightning. The last shot from Curtain Call will go wide. Saint sidesteps in. Denethor knocks Armeo out from the Deadly Flourish, but they got the kill regardless. FBI with the credit.
I mean, they're so close to getting more. It's actually 1-for-1 for now. Wants the game of chicken. I mean, they're still playing exceptionally well in this game, but they just lost a lot of tempo with that interrupt on
Palafox's back got canceled. He does not have TP Dragons up in 2 seconds. I think Lyon have a huge opportunity to just burst this down. Dignitas will have a 4v5 fight for it if they want to look. They're approaching, but yeah, it's a numbers disadvantage. That True Shot Barrage from Berserker actually completely changed the tempo of this play, and that means that is a free dragon for Lyon.
But we still have ourselves in a really banger game right now. To live through Camille ganks, still the tempo does feel fast in this game. Like they're really matching each other, and Dignitas has been able to
walk up and keep hitting that turret.
Yeah, and he is snowballing, and I really think this item that he's built is interesting. The Storm Surge kind of rush.
Armeo, they're trying to lock him down. The Crescent Guard's out, so it's going to absorb a lot of the damage. That's ultimate for ultimate trade, support for jungler. Armeo going to have to back all the way off as Dokla's getting a lot of work on that bottom turret. Dignitas pushing in mid. Dokla will get the turret. So Lyon actually...
You can see Swain and Rise doing the old 2-man right there, thinking that Dig might still be playing around topside.
But
Instead, they'll just get the turret and reset.
I do like plays like this from teams when they decide we're not going for Dragon, commit to a play on the other side. They make sure they at least get the turret, they get more gold onto their solo laners, and they already have 2 Dragons. So this is going to take a while for Dignitas to stack these up and actually threaten a Dragon Soul. I think this is a completely fine play from Lyon when you're the team behind gold at that point. You need to put yourself in a position where you can contest future Dragons. And right now, Dokla is going to be one of the big parts of that. Same with Saint. Those are the only 2 that are within, 500 of their opponents. Dardock and FBI have really kind of ran away with the gold leads over their lane opponents.
They have. Dardock, wonder how much damage he's going to go. Normally you see Guardian Angel as the 3rd item, but we'll see what he decides to go as he's still 100% kill participation, but there hasn't been a kill for quite a while.
He could be building towards that still with the double longsword.
Everyone's ready to fight here.
I mean, Baron's up. It would be an objective. Ignar goes in. Armeo follows up, tries to get onto the back line, pushes Dardock away from the Orianna. Palafox is chunked down, and Dardock's focused. Shut down over to Berserker. Dardock dove onto the back line, but Palafox was segmented from the fight, could not get in range for the combo.
I mean, it's just too deep. They can't get through the Swain.
Ignar might just go down, has to flash away. Isles threatened the hook shot.
Yeah, Dardock got a little bit ahead of himself.
For a Lyon, they started up. It's spotted out by Dignitas. They're going to have to try and approach. It's teleporting from Denethor. So it will, at the very least, be a TP gain for Lyon. They're still on the Baron. They just got it. They had the DPS, and Dignitas were far too slow to contest. Maybe they'll look for the fight afterwards. That's the engage from Ignar trying to get in onto Saint, but he's just dead. The Leona takes a one-way trip to the gray screen as Isles now goes for the re-engage. Saint with the Realm Warp cuts off the retreat path, and Dignitas are routed. Lyon, yet again, show their team fight strengths as they will take a 0 for 4 plus the Baron.
I mean, great shot call by Lyon to sneak the Baron there as everyone's gearing up for the next Infernal Drake. And then they were just ready to fight afterwards. I think the debuff from the Hunting Baron had pretty much expired, so I didn't like the timing of Ignar going for that engage. And then once he went in, everyone just felt like they had to follow. And again, it's one of those things where they fought just within the Swain ultimate, so there was no real chance. And it might be the end of the game.
They have a cannon minion. They have so much damage. It's only Ignar back from the respawn. Dardock's reset was canceled by Isles, and it ends like that. Lyon weather the storm. 1 Baron's all it takes. They'll win game 1.
I hate to see a game end like that.
Yeah.
It was looking so good.
Of top laners not hitting ults that they would have hit in the past.
That's a different pick than I was expecting.
Lissandra for Saint. So you were thinking Silas. Instead, it's going to be a different AP mid laner that can also provide some engage options here. Ignar will show himself mid lane.
I mean, Palafox is 6, so if they fight a Raptors, that's good for Dig, you would think.
Yeah, and the dredge line in onto Isles. And Timbers goes down, but no stun. The W stun will go out, but now Palafox isolated from the rest of the team. Heal from Ignar almost keeps him up, but that's first blood to Armeo. Turn back from Saint, does get the kill. Dardock onto Saint, as Armeo will look for a double for himself. Lyon trade up 2 for 1. Spawn, nobody's looking at that dragon yet, as Dardock is also on the top half of the map, drops the ward down. Oh, looks for the sneaky steal there onto the grubs, but I don't even think there's a contest. They just back off at this position. Berserker's rotating up towards the grubs. This will be 3 picked up by Lyon, uncontested.
Yeah, they just have a lot of tempo right now. I mean, they're pushing in bot, they are pushing in top. They were first to base, so Berserker and Isles could both deploy out bot lane.
Lyon might want more here, because FBI is still shown bot. Berserker and Isles roam all the way up top lane. They're staying out of vision. Armeo's clearing the brush, as Ignar and Dardock are hovering nearby.
That's a lot
Palafox rotating up. That's 4 members of Lyon looking at Denethor. No flash available. Ignar goes in early. There's a Cyclone used early as well, but Denethor's already out of there. Paranoid pop by Dardock, but the second Cyclone will knock up 2. Palafox is just too late. Oh! An impressive stun on the 4, but it's just too little. Lyon already get the kills, and they already... Yeah, 100% kill participation. 2-0-3 Armeo. The hero that Lyon really needed at this point in their season, because I know that
100% win rate. Maybe, maybe he just stays. Right?
Maybe.
Haven't lost a single game.
Oh my goodness. Dokla just took the game with this kind of gold lead now for a top lane Gnar.
Looking for a play.
Root lands onto Berserker. Depth charge will follow up. Can't quite get the angle as Isles blocks the dredge line. Armeo's still hovering nearby. Palafox was on vision as he rotated down mid. No play for Dig.
I mean, there just aren't plays for Dig right now. No. Every lane is losing. They're is only one player who doesn't have flash, and that's Isles, who's sitting under the turret. There are no plays right now for Dardock to go for, or even for Palafox to go for. He doesn't even have his first completed item, so they're in a world of hurt.
Culling comes out, big damage onto FBI and Ignaris. Now Dardock was hovering in the brush, and everybody from Lyon are pouncing onto the Nocturne. He's out of there. Same with the kill credit. Palafox coming in with a flank. Maybe finds the angle this time around as Armeo's chasing out the support. Armeo on a killing spree. He just dives past everybody on Dignitas, says, I'll do it myself. Dignitas has 3, try and chase Armeo out, but he is out of there. And they are against the last place team in the current standings.
Yeah.
And this is what it looks like when you see that disparity in placement. Saint will go for the dive, but doesn't hard commit, so not taking the turret until the very end right there. And now the turn back onto Ignar, as Dignitas just cannot find any mercy in this game.
Lyon is an elite world-class team.
Top 3 in the world.
They really are.
Palafox throws out Tibbers and will just die. Yep, Berserker's got the damage, and Palafox got no space on the map to be right now. Lyon at 15 minutes have already taken top turret. They're gonna now look at mid. Couple autos, that thing's going down.
Yeah, one thing to remind people of, you know, when you're down 8,000 gold at 15 minutes, there are no good plays. It's not like...
I mean, Saint said that they're chill with Adam right now, despite Raz mishearing the answer. Okay, well, this is Dig going for one of those Hail Marys. If they can get onto Saint, no flash available. He's self-frozen tombs, and now the teleports start coming in. Armeo with the Cyclone locks down Ignar, and Dignitas could not continue. What a Gnar ultimate from Big Dogs! The rest of Lyon answer the call of war. Berserker on a rampage gets the double kill, chasing down FBI. It's a slaughter in the bot lane. Lyon pounce and get the ace.
It's a 17-minute ace. And at 11,000, I'm going to farm. I'll be there for team fights. And we're going to win. I have this magical power. He's not even pressing his W, doesn't have to.
I mean, he pressed Rift Herald, and that meant that Ignar missed the Q onto him. Now Dardock has to flash over the wall. Lyon, the entire Rift belongs to them.
It does.
Right now. Yeah, they own it. Bought and purchased with that 12.4 thousand gold lead.
Dignitas has only had 1 plate. Denethor is about to get a plate bot lane.
Thank goodness they got a kill, because otherwise this would be perfect game territory. They didn't pick any of the grubs, no turrets, just that 1 kill to their name to prevent this game 2 from 12 kill participation. Oh, Saints at 13.
I know, Isles is at 100%. Oh. Helps him have a
support.
Bunch of AoE.
I know, if you just time.
And he's Berserker.
He's got all the hugs in the world.
They're sending it on Dokes.
Yeah, Paranoia onto Doke.
Oh, he's hitting mini.
He's still mini Gnar, so this should be a kill. FBI, 1 more auto, shut down to Dignitas. Now it's only a 12.4 thousand gold lead. Let's see if the rest of the squad can get out, as Armeo is here with Lyon in tow. Saints going for a flank onto Lissandra. Gonna get the Glacial Path over the wall. He's gonna take it. No, does not take it, as that would have been straight into a stun from Palafox, so Lyon will just lose their top laner.
They will. Gas South in Atlanta. Atlanta on the receiving end of one of the greatest comebacks of all time, 28-3. Maybe we have another moment here in this Dignitas game.
Well,
does this feel 28-3? I feel like it kind of does.
I feel like we're in Los Angeles, not Atlanta right now. But as I say it, this is a second solo laner from Lyon getting picked off in the top lane, just back to back. He still has that self-ult, and he's still just going to take one with him on a rampage. Sets up the rest of Lyon to go in for the kill. Berserker picks up a double, and that is the team fight win regardless for Lyon.
28-3 has turned, it's now 42-10. So it's in fact not closer, is how it feels.
Yeah.
They might just end off this one.
Yeah, 22 minutes into the game, 18-3 on the scoreboard, but the big number on the screen, 14.4 thousand gold lead. Lyon absolutely decimated Dignitas. This is what it looks like when a first place team wins a game of League of Legends. GG 2-0 Lyon.
Armeo still undefeated in the LCS. Lyon spoil Dardock's return to the LCS. The Lee Sin game from Dardock looked great at the start. This game, Dignitas just had nowhere to play. It started bad and it got much worse. But Lyon is the team that is just cruising here throughout Summer Split. They're 3 weeks in. They haven't even played a game with their consensus, like, best player in the league. and they're still 6-0. So incredible job so far from Lyon. And it's looking like Azael's getting set up with our Mayo for an interview. We're going to be tossing that as soon as they are ready. Now, maybe this is the last that we've seen from our Mayo.
Yes, maybe. We heard that Inspired could be coming back after around 3 weeks, but now we get to hear from the man who stepped up and continued the win streak for Lyon. Let's throw it over to Azael.
Thank you very much. Here with our Mayo right after your victory. You're 3-0 with Lyon. Is this the end of our Mayo with Lyon? I know Inspired said 2 or 3 weeks. Is this the last we're going to get to see you?
I'm not sure, but hopefully, even though I've been winning, he's a stronger player. So, you know, I'm just getting carried. It's chill, but yeah, I mean, it's been cool to win, of course. But yeah, I think he's back soon, and just see what happens.
All right, cool. Well, how was it for you playing against Dardock? Obviously, it's a bit of a throwback. You know, we had talked earlier when Dardock first came in the league, he was the second youngest player in the league. You were the youngest player, right? And this was a long time ago, and now you guys are kind of getting to have this full circle moment where you're getting to play against someone who was around right when you started your LCS career as well.
Yeah, actually, my first game, I subbed for Echo Fox. I was still in high school, actually, at the time, and it was against Dardock. And we were winning the whole game, and then we lost. Fortunately, this happened again, except we won. I just, you know, this is potentially my last game, so it's kind of interesting that worked out that way. But yeah, I mean, it's really cool to see him back because, you know, he had to grind through, you know, tier 2 or whatever. You know, I'm done with League competitive other than the subbing, so it's a little different. But yeah, it's just cool to see that he made it back.
Well, I just got word that you won player of the game, so I don't think you're just getting carried. I think you're not, you know, giving yourself enough credit. You're playing well. You say you're done. Does this, you know, reignite your kind of like competitive fire at all? Like, is getting to play and doing well and being like, hey, this is pretty fun. Hey, I could do this. Like, does that change your mindset at all, or are you pretty set on, nope, I've had my time. I'm ready for something else?
Yeah, it does not change my mindset at all. I'm totally done, to be honest. Yeah, no, I have zero interest in playing. Like, I'm just doing school. That's the focus. But it's summer, and it was my first year, so had some free time. That's why I'm here.
There you go. Well, it's a cool story at least. You played very well. Congratulations, Armeo. Thank you very much for the interview. Back to everyone at the lounge.
Thank you, Isaac. We are back here with Dardock after kind of your initial return. So what was it like to come back and play on stage?
I mean, it was a lot of fun, obviously. I was a big fan of Lyon as a spectator, obviously, for the last few splits.
Yeah.
So it's an honor to play versus them after their MSI finish, obviously, and it's a big skill change in terms of my opponents, obviously. So it was a lot to take in, but proud of the game 1 performance, at least, that we showed.
What was the process like coming in on like what felt like last second? You talked about going through trials and everything, but what was the process like coming into LA and going through scrims?
Yeah, they pretty much made the decision after their match against C9, and they told me, like, we're going to book the flight for the next day. And I was like, all right, awesome. But I was kind of on the edge of my seat. I didn't really know where it was going to go. Obviously, after they beat C9 game 1, I got a little nervous.
Yeah.
Might not get the spot, but it all worked out.
Going from these games today, you said obviously you were happy with, or you didn't get the win, but game 1, you had a pretty strong performance. What do you think you can take from this week going forward with the rest of Dig? Because obviously it's a quick turnaround to try to make the playoff push, but also you already said that this week did go pretty well as you guys were feeling each other out on the team.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of potential, obviously. When we play the scrims, it looks a lot like game 1, where unfortunately we'll probably see the defeat screen more often than not, but we make some competitive plays and we obviously can match the other teams in certain areas. So for us, it's mostly focusing on cohesion. There's a lot of moments in the game where we are just not agreeing with each other about what the plan actually is. So there's a lot of back and forth, and then obviously against really good teams in current meta, the game just happens so fast. If you miss those 15 to 20 seconds of conversation not agreeing rather than making a plan, then enemy team's already made their plan. They're already sitting in position doing something, you know.
My question is, like, how's the journey been in Tier 2? Because you've been playing with, like, a lot of friends, like, I'm assuming with, like, you're playing support for Chad and Will, who are jungling, and then you were on CCG, and a lot of those players speak so highly of you, specifically, like, you coached when you were on IMT and all that, so they talk about how you looked over their perspective and helped them out individually, and you were very vocal in reviews. So, like, how has that journey been for you personally?
The coaching definitely changed my perspective a lot. So on IMT, I had the pleasure of working with my boy Kenvi.
Yeah.
And we had a really, really good relationship when I was the assistant coach of the LCS team. So that kind of sparked that was the first time I had a feeling where of like, oh, I could actually like nurture this talent and it's fulfilled.